very specific rules: no cutting my hair, no jewelry, no makeup, drink, smoke, chew, and don't date the boys that do. But a lot of yeses. Great parents, amazing family, tight-knit church community, potlucks, lots of cousins, lots of wonderful things as a child, a great childhood. My mom was and still is a queen. She's the most beautiful woman I know inside and out. And my dad was an incredible Pentecostal pastor, grew large churches. He was very into the power of positive thinking, and we adored him. We were not allowed to go to movies, so I didn't know what Star Wars was, but I did trade Star Wars cards at school, and just to fit in, I hid makeup underneath my bed and put it on at night when everybody was sleeping. And we also were, we didn't have television, so we didn't know what was cool, what wasn't cool. We just created our own world. This was my brother playing Jesus on the cross in this huge amphitheater behind our church. And, I remember one night he fell off the cross and rolled down the back of the hill, and then we saw Jesus climb back up the hill. So church was a rodeo for my soul, a lot of jumping, shouting, speaking in tongues. We had a great time. Our services lasted for hours, and we really enjoyed it. And so at 18 years old, I was very confident. I knew who I was ready for the world. And then little by little, I started having some deep questions about life, about religion. And I had a professor who I felt like it was his job to break my mind, and he was doing a really good job of it. And I asked another professor, what am I supposed to teach my children? So little by little, meaning started being stripped away. Then my dad decided the church was getting too strict for the women. So he decided, hey, let's leave St. Louis and leave all of our community and move to the desert, to Phoenix, to start a non-denominational church. So that's what we did. So we were here without family, without community. I basically went into kind of like a tailspin, lost my religion, lost my identity, didn't know who I was. I remember sitting at a Denny's reading Nietzsche and postmodern theory, like breaking down, crying, like no meaning anymore. And I realized that I was going to a very dark place and two worlds were colliding. And I thought, I'll fly away, oh glory, I'll fly away. But I didn't fly to heaven. I flew to LA to be a rock star. And every Sunday, instead of going to church, I went to the Santa Monica Pier and watched the dolphins jump and talked to God and tried to figure out what in the world happened and how I was going to create my identity. I signed with a record label, wrote a song for Katy Perry, moved to Nashville, and reconnected with other preachers' daughters. We sang on every stage we could find and broke as many hearts as we could, and we dated those boys that we weren't supposed to. Also, I started traveling around the world, and I needed some fresh perspectives. My dad died at 62, and I realized that every religion has a delicious dish to bring to the feast of life. I might not want everything on the menu, but I'm very inspired. I teach world religions, by the way. And I also found Jesus in a new way. Here he is in Israel with his song. No, I just said simplified faith, love God, love my neighbor, with, of course, a little Mother Earth sprinkled in there. And then I also stepped onto a college campus. And as a teacher, felt like I was breathing pure oxygen. I felt like I had stepped into my purpose. And I knew I wanted to challenge their minds, inspire their hearts, without breaking their spirits. I finally reconnected with Jeff, who grew up in my uncle's church. 9 days later, we were engaged. 6 months later, we were married. We sing the same songs. We love each other. Also, 2 years into our marriage, my cousin called me and said, would you like to adopt a baby? And we said yes. So a few months later, I was cutting the umbilical cord. They placed a newborn baby on my chest. The next day, the birth mom came to the room, held the baby, said, I love you, sweetheart, put her back in my arms and left the hospital. And now we have a tiny angel in our home. Two worlds, one by birth and one I created. I love both of them deeply and dearly. And I hope I can give her so much love that she will never feel the pain when she realizes that, like me, she will also always carry two worlds. Thank you so much.